Today onwards we are discussing about third unit. Actually, in third unit we have two parts. Uh, that is SDT, that means syntax directed translation, and the second part is nothing but an intermediate code generator. In SDT is nothing but a semantic analysis, and this is the remaining part. First we need to discuss about SDT, that means semantic analysis part. Before first unit we are discussing about lexical analysis, and second unit we are discussing about syntax analysis, and now third unit first part we are discussing about semantic analysis. Here it should be indicated by SDT. What is mean by SDT means syntax directed translation. It will explain the semantic analysis phase of our compiler design. So in that one, first topic should be SDD. What is mean by definition of SDD means syntax directed definition. So what is there is a definition, syntax directed definition. So what is the meaning of syntax directed definition means it is nothing but a context free grammar together with attributes and rules. So what is meant by context free grammar means E tends to E plus T slash T, T tends to T star F slash F, F tends to open braces C slash ID. Okay, ID or digit or number, anything. This is nothing but your context free grammar. So for context free grammar we need to add attributes and rules, then it should be called as a syntax directed definition. So what is meaning of attribute and semantic rule means, so the attribute, when you are taking this E plus T, what is the value of E and what is the value of T, that one can be called as a attributes. That's why we can indicate it as a E dot attribute and T dot attribute. When you are calculating this part, what is the value of E, that can be indicated by E attribute, and what is the value of T indicated by T dot attribute. So that is the attributes of this non-terminals. Then what is the rule means, this E value and T value here we are adding, that is nothing but a rule. So addition is a rule in between these two. So like that, for every context free grammar we need to add attributes and rule, whatever the rule that should be indicated for that grammar, that should be called as a rule, and whatever the action that should be performed by this grammar should be called as a rule. While you are adding this attribute and rule for this production, then it should be converted in the form of a SDD, that means syntax directed definition. So here syntax directed definition is nothing but for a context free grammar we need to provide an attribute for every non-terminal and semantic rule for each production. Then this common context free grammar should be converted in the form of a syntax directed definition. Why I am taking all these things means, in this semantic rule we need to check internal values of each non-terminal, and either addition, subtraction, such type of operation should be possible or not, can be checked in this semantic analysis phase. For that reason So first of all, you will take a normal context-free grammar. For that context-free grammar, we need to add attributes for every non-terminal and rule for every production. Then it should be converted in the form of a SDD. So that's the definition of this syntax directed definition. So here syntax directed definition is nothing but a syntax directed definition SDD is a context free grammar together with attributes and rules. Here the attributes are associated with the grammar symbol and rules are associated with the production. So I already explained attribute is nothing but whatever the value for the non-terminal you are replacing, that should be indicated by attribute. Okay, while in calculation situation, whatever the value that should be replaced with that non-terminal is called as a attribute. For that reason, all grammar symbols, that means non-terminals, has a attributes, and with these attributes we can provide either addition, subtraction, multiplication, like that. This is nothing but a action whatever should be taken with that non-terminals, that should be indicated with production. So this rule can be assigned to production, and this attribute should be assigned to non-terminal. Okay, here I'll I'll consider this one. Here T is a non-terminal, it has attribute, and F is a non-terminal, it has attribute. Then finally this production T tends to T star F, it has a rule. Why? Because here the T value and F value is multiplied and it should be passed to T value. That is a rule. So whenever you apply attributes to non-terminals and rules for productions, then that should be called as a syntax directed definition. Okay, here the attributes may be any type, either it should be number or string type or memory location or identifiers, everything, any value that should supply to the non-terminal should be called as a attribute. Okay, here in grammatical manner the attribute can be indicated with here the in production type scenario, the attribute can be indicated like this. For example, if you take x is a non-terminal and x dot a is nothing but an attribute for that non-terminal. For that reason, here if x is a symbol and a is an attribute, then we write x dot a to denote the value of a at particular node labeled with x. Okay, that means here x is a non-terminal, if a is attribute, a is the value that should be passed to this non-terminal while you are producing the rule. So for that reason, so whenever in parse tree, that means tree type notation, so here x is a non-terminal and a is the attribute value that should be replaced with this x while you are processing your grammar. That is called as a example for that one. Here if f is a symbol is nothing but non-terminal and a is a attribute, then we write x dot a denote the value of a at particular node labeled x. అంటే x మనం ఆపరేషన్స్ పర్ఫామ్ చేసేటప్పుడు x ప్లేస్లో ఏ వాల్యూ అయితే రీప్లేస్ చేస్తామో దట్ షుడ్ బి కాల్డ్ యాజ్ అట్రిబ్యూట్. హియర్ దట్ షుడ్ బి ఇండికేటెడ్ యాజ్ x dot a. Here in this chapter for every non-terminal will provide an attribute by dot notation, x dot small a, y dot small b, like that. Here the x, the capital letter should be a non-terminal and dot notation will indicate the attribute value of particular non-terminal. Okay, we shall deal with here up to now we are discussing about attributes. In this unit we are dealing with two different kind of attributes. So for every non-terminal we need to place an attribute, but these can be divided into two types. The two types are called, one is nothing but a synthesized attribute and second one is a inherited attribute. Okay, so now we are discussing about synthesized attribute and inherited attribute. Okay, what is mean by synthesized attribute and what is mean by inherited attribute. Okay, uh, in synthesized attribute inherited attribute discussion, we need to take one example, that is nothing but a uh, e tends to e plus t example, that is nothing but a 3 plus 4 star 5. Okay, first we'll go for e, again e plus t, again t star f, t star f. Okay, here e will be replaced with t, t will be replaced with f, f will be replaced with 3, and t replaced with f, f will be replaced with 4, and f will be replaced with 5. 3 plus 4 star 5. Okay, this is a grammar. Okay, if any intermediate node can get value from the child node, then this should be called as a synthesized attribute. If any element get value from either root or from sibling, sibling is nothing but a parallel type question, then this attribute is called inherited attribute. I'll explain this inherited attribute with one more example, then you can understand the concept very clearly. Okay, so here whatever the non-terminal will get value from child element, then that should be called as a synthesized attribute. Whatever the non-terminal that will get value from either root or from sibling, that should be called as a inherited attribute. That is the difference between synthesized attribute and inherited attribute. In synthesized attribute, we'll explain the definition. Synthesized attribute for a terminal A at a parse tree node N is defined by semantic rule associated with the production at N and head. A is, so here A is head. Simply we'll take A is the head of the production and N is a body of the product. Then in construct tree, if A, here N, the attribute value of A, okay, the attribute value of A can be obtained the value of N. That means here from child to parent value is passed. So here 5 is there, the A value is nothing but 5. Like that, any value passing from N to, sorry, N value to A value, then this attribute is called, then this type of attributes is called synthesized attribute. Why? Because it get value from their child node. For that reason, a dot attribute is nothing but a synthesized attribute. Same that should be explained here. Synthesized attribute for a non-terminal A at a parse tree node n. So synthesized value of A at tree node n defined by semantic rule associated with production at n, and A is the head of the value. So here the semantic value of this can be assigned to A. Okay, for that reason the attribute of this A can be called as a synthesized attribute. Okay, that is the meaning of synthesized attribute. So for every node it will get value from the child element, then that should be called as a synthesized attribute. Here the second point, synthesized attribute at node n is defined only in terms of attribute values at children of node n and at node itself. That means, so here the value of A can be getting by node n. Because of that reason this should be called as a synthesized attribute. So here the n value can be determined by any attribute, that should be either a number or data type or string or memory location, anything, either it should be alphabet, letter, everything. From this value it can get the value of this n can be getting by children or the number itself. It has two possible ways. It has a value 5 or it getting a value from the child node of this n. Then this attribute is called as a synthesized attribute. Why? Because it get value from either itself has a value or it getting value from its child node. For that reason this attribute is also called as a synthesized attribute. Either the synthesized attribute can be done in two ways. One should be, so the value of root element can be obtained by this child element, or intermediate node can be obtained from this child elements or the node itself. These are the two possible ways I'll get values. Then these attributes should be called as a synthesized attribute. These are the two important points for that one. Okay. So next one, if any SDT that involves only synthesized attributes is called S attributed definition. Okay, what is meant by SDT? SDD, syntax directed definition. If any syntax directed definition, it consists of only synthesized attributes. What is meaning of synthesized attributes? Here the elements can be getting values from their children. అంటే ఆ నోడ్ కన్నా బిలో నోడ్స్ నుంచి కనుక వాల్యూస్ని అది రిట్రీవ్ చేసుకుంటే, ఓకే, ఓన్లీ అలాంటి అట్రిబ్యూట్స్ మాత్రమే ఒక ఎంటైర్ ఎక్స్ప్రెషన్లో ఉంటే దట్ ఎక్స్ప్రెషన్ షుడ్ బి కాల్డ్ యాజ్ ఏ ఎస్ అట్రిబ్యూటెడ్ డెఫినేషన్. అంటే ఏదైనా సింటాక్స్ డైరెక్టెడ్ డెఫినేషను, it consists of only synthesized attributes, then it should be called as a S attributed definition. Okay, let's take example. Say I already explained E tends to E plus T, E tends to T, E tends to T star F, E tends to F. We open this. Okay, here we are providing the semantic actions, the rules for that one. అంటే మనం ఆ ఎక్స్ప్రెషన్ని యూజ్ చేసి ఏవైతే వాల్యూని ఐడెంటిఫై చేయాలనుకుంటున్నామో దట్ షుడ్ బి ఎక్స్ప్రెస్డ్ బై రూల్. హియర్ ద ఫస్ట్ లైన్ ఎస్ టెన్స్ టు ఈఎన్ మీన్స్ ఈకి ఏ వాల్యూ అయితే పాస్ అవుతుందో దాన్ని నేను ఎల్కి పాస్ చేయాలనుకుంటున్నాను సింప్లీ. దట్ ఈస్ ద రీజన్ ద ఈ డాట్ వాల్యూ, ఈకి ఏ వాల్యూ అయితే నేను పాస్ చేస్తానో దట్ వాల్యూ షుడ్ బి కాపీ టు ఎల్. again E tends to E plus T. ఇక్కడ E వాల్యూని T వాల్యూని యాడ్ చేసి దట్ షుడ్ బి కాపీ టు E. ఫర్ దట్ రీజన్ E dot value plus T dot value will be copied to E. That is a action that should be performed by this production. Okay, here this is the semantic rule and these are nothing but attributes. Why? Because at this situation whatever the value that should be replaced with E, that should be called as a value for E. For that reason this is attribute and this is a semantic rule. So finally when you are replacing this such type of productions with semantic rules with attributes, then this grammar, this contextual grammar simply converted in the form of a SDD. That means syntax directed definition. Like that here T value is simply copied to E. For that reason E tends to T means E value will be copied. Here multiplication operation should be there. Here F value will copy to T. Here E value will be copied. Why? Because here you are using only braces. There is no value for braces. For that reason simply E value should be copied to F. The finally F tends to digit. So what is the meaning of F tends to digit? Means this value should be taken from the input, like the keyboard, whatever the input I am given to the grammar. That means digit means 1 2 3. So in calculator we are giving just simply 1 2 3 like that. The addition and subtraction operations already there. By simply giving the digits we can calculate the sum and addition subtraction of the digits. Further data only this value can be getting from the user. That means the keyboard or anything from for this program we are giving values by this digit. So for that reason the update value is equal to digit that should be provided from lexical value. Lexical value means in first unit we are discussing about valid token or not. That means either numbers has one transition diagram, either numbers has one transition diagram and operators has one transition, like that. If it is number means it's valid means then the lexical analyzer will provide the valid digit value to this digit, then that should be operated throughout the entire program. For that reason so digit value is nothing but whatever value that should be provided for lexical analyzer to this digit. That's why the rule for this one is indicated like this. Okay, and next here the token digit has centralized attribute lexical value whose value can be obtained from the lexical analyzer. That's what I am explaining just now. ఏదైతే మనం lexical analyzer అంటే inputs తీసుకుంటామో that should be assigned to digit. All terminals has synthesized attributes but not inherited attributes. ఎందుకని ఆల్ టెర్మినల్స్ హ్యాస్ సింథసైజ్డ్ అట్రిబ్యూట్స్ అన్నానంటే మనకు ఆల్ టెర్మినల్స్ అంటే మనం తీసుకునే వాల్యూస్ ప్లస్లు కానీ మైనస్లు కానీ దీస్ ఆర్ ఆల్ నాట్ చేంజ్. ఓకే, దీస్ ఆర్ సింప్లీ గెటింగ్ అండ్ యూజింగ్ దట్ వాల్యూస్. దేర్ ఈజ్ నో వాల్యూ చేంజింగ్ ఫర్ ద terminals. For that reason all terminals in given production is by default a synthesized attributes. They are not inherited attributes. Okay, then with the help of parse tree we can analyze the total concept. Okay, a parse tree that shows the values of its attributes is called as a annotated parse tree. So parse tree that will give value for each non-terminal of a given production. Okay, ఏదైనా పార్స్ ట్రీ ప్రతి నాన్ టెర్మినల్ కి ఏదైతే వాల్యూ మనం సబ్స్టిట్యూట్ చేస్తున్నామో దాన్ని కనుక డిస్ప్లే చేస్తూ మనం ఏదైనా ఒక పార్స్ ట్రీని కనుక కన్స్ట్రక్ట్ చేసామంటే దట్ పార్స్ ట్రీ ఈజ్ నథింగ్ బట్ అన్నోటెడ్ పార్స్ ట్రీ. సో కన్స్ట్రక్ట్ అన్నోటెడ్ పార్స్ ట్రీ ఫర్ హియర్ 5*6 plus n. Here see this one. So L from L tends to E. Here the production L tends to E and E tends to E plus T. Okay, and E tends to T, T tends to F and again t tends to y here means star will be first concept, next plus will be next. For that reason here still take plus and then e expanded here star. Okay, t tends to f, then f tends to digit dot lexical value, same digit dot lexical, same digit dot lexical. Here we simply operating 5 star 6 7. Here 5 we can get input from keyboard, 6 input from keyboard, 7 input from keyboard. For that reason this 5 value will copy to digit, 6 value will copy to digit, and 7 value will copy to digit. Initially this value is does not know. Why? Because f value we don't know. By copying this digit value to here, this 5 is more copy to here. Okay, 5 is justly copied from here to here. So here value is copied from child to above node. For that reason this is nothing but a synthesizer. Same this 5 value copied from here to here, this is also synthesizer. Same this 6 value copied here to here, this value is also synthesizer. Same here 7 copied to here, this is also synthesized attribute. Okay, again this 5 star 6 can be copied from child elements to again above element. For that reason here t value is also synthesized attribute. So here this 7 value copy to still, for that reason is also synthesized. Then this means 5 star 6, this means 60 will copy to here. Again this 30 plus 7 is copied from child element to root element, that means 37. For that reason this value is also a synthesized attribute. Finally this value will copy to L, that means from child element to parent element the value is copied. For that reason it should be called as it is also called as a synthesized attribute. For that reason in this grammar productions all attributes are synthesized attributes. For that reason this should be called as a S attribute definition. Why? Because if any grammar consists only S attribute definition, then that should be called as a S attributed definition. So here if any SDT that involves only synthesized attribute, that should be called as a S attributed definition. For that reason this is nothing but a S attributed definition. Okay, so here we are normally without these values we are constructing all this structure, means this is nothing but a parse tree or syntax tree. While substituting all these values, then it should be called as a annotated parse tree. Annotated means in a parse tree every node has a value that should be displayed nearby the non-terminal. For that reason this parse tree is nothing but a annotated parse tree. That's what here explaining. We start from leftmost child element, it is reduced to f, that means f dot value equal to digital value x, then f is reduced to t star f, and finally t value equal to 5. Okay, like that remaining process. So then t star f means t value equal to t value star f, so 5 star 6, 30 is equal to t, then finally 30 plus 7 equal to 37. Okay, finally the value L value is nothing but a 37. So here in this thing we simply all attributes are synthesized attributes. Here what is the meaning of synthesized attribute? Means if you got value from a child element or itself, then such type of all attributes are called synthesized attributes. So in this parse tree we are getting all values from child element to root element. For that reason these all are synthesized attributes. For that reason this grammar is nothing but a S attributed definition. Okay, that is all for synthesized attribute. Okay, in our next class we are discussing about inherited attribute. Thank you.